So welcome back to Kicking Ass with Tanner Stone. Today we have a special guest, Dylan Eats, and I'm super excited to have him on. The reason why I wanted you on the podcast was because I feel like a lot of people in their 20s, which you go to FAU, we met at one of the DSP parties, and I actually recognized him, which is crazy. I said, wait a sec, I've seen that guy before.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people in their 20s, they struggle finding purpose. They struggle finding out what to do. And I saw you were in one of the frats, and I'm friends with a lot of people in that frat, and they're all good people. So the big thing why I wanted to have you on here is because you made purpose for yourself. You have a huge channel. You have millions of followers. I guess 1 point something million with all your channels combined. So how did this all begin? What is a mukbang, and how did you even start this whole channel?
Yeah, so mukbanging is actually originated in South Korea. And it's just eating large sums and amounts of food, I guess you could say. And I started it freshman year of college, and I was at the dining hall with one of my really good friends, and me and her just were it was something that I've always watched growing up, on YouTube, things like that. It was something that always interested me, not for me to do personally, but interested me to watch. And then I was just messing around, just trying to make the dining hall a better experience for myself, because the food is not the best. So me and my friend made a video. I ended up posting it on my TikTok just for,
What was the video?
It was us just reviewing the dining hall food.
Okay.
And it was us eating in front of the camera. We had our breakfast, different plates of, different foods that they had. And I was just trying them. She was trying them. And I ended up posting it. I did pretty good. Nothing insanely crazy, but me and her did that a couple times, and I kind of ventured out to myself, and I started doing it.
Does she do it as well now, or
no,
just you started doing it?
Yeah, shout out Molly Mensch. It
was Molly?
Yeah, it's Molly.
Oh,
I know,
wow.
yeah, you know her. Yeah, it was Molly that started it with me, but no, she doesn't do it. But I ended up venturing out on my own and just doing it myself, doing it in my dorm room and things like that. And I just it was more just fun for me. I wasn't making money or anything. I just was having fun with it, posting, and I did see myself starting to get more views and more views. And so again, it was just for fun, but I kept doing it. And eventually, I would say 6 months of me consistently just doing it for fun, it kind of went into more of the job aspect.
Okay, so it started out with you in the dining hall and you not enjoying the food, and you tried to find a way to enjoy the food.
Yes.
When did you start venturing out of the dining hall and going into actual restaurants?
Honestly, probably the fourth or fifth video, and I was I can't keep doing the dining hall.
Really?
So, yeah. So I then started venturing out with just more fast food places, because that was at the time honestly what I could afford.
Yeah.
I had as a freshman in college, had no money, so I was fast food places were the things that I could afford at the time. So I was only doing fast food places, and once I started doing fast food places is where I saw my views starting to kind of increase.
Before we get into you doing it, when you started it, what did you even see in the other people doing the mukbang that you wanted to do yourself? I mean, honestly, what was so cool about it?
I love the ASMR sounds of eating. Okay. So for me personally, it was always just I can sit, and I'm also just a fatty. I love food. I love looking at just watching people eat. It was just something I was always interested in. So it was more just I like the sounds. I like just food. So I was just it just interested me to do it. And so watching people, how they did it, it was growing up all the time. It kind of just made it easier for me because I knew what they did. So I was let me just copy it and just kind of do that type of thing. And so I did that.
And how long did it take for your video to blow up? What was the video that started everything? I mean, I saw on your TikTok, it's Chipotle. That's the pinned videos.
Yeah.
Is that the restaurant that got it?
I would say, I honestly don't really know what specific video started it, but I do know that those 3 pinned videos of Chipotle were the 3 largest amount of views that I've had ever on any of my videos. They are over 15 million views. So, and that was a while ago. That was back when I did start. I would say I was only like 6 months into it maybe. And so I would say, if anything, those were the videos that truly like blew up a lot of my Chipotle videos. But there wasn't one specific that actually, yes, a Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory?
I did a Cheesecake Factory one time. I was with my mom, but I did it just me. And that is when it just, like, I got like over 1 million views on that. And that was my first video that got like over 1 million views. Okay. And I started to see an increase in like the following.
What do your parents think of this?
So at first my parents are always supportive.
I feel like the older generation doesn't understand why this does so well.
My parents, they're always supportive of anything that, you know, I do, but they were at first kind of just like, oh, this is all fun and stuff, but like it can't be a real job type of thing. Like, kind of have fun with it, but let's look into your future. And they were being realistic about it. But then once I started like making money off of it and they were able to see that, then they kind of were just like, you got it. Like, we support whatever you do. Yeah. Like, you can make the decision.
And is this your job, or do you have another job that you also...
This is my full-time job as of right now. Yeah.
Yeah? And when did you have a job before you started the channel?
No, I worked...
Or you were just a full-time student?
I was... Freshman year, I worked at LA Fitness. I was a front desk operator. I did that for, like, I think like 6-8 months. And then... I was on the track to go to law school once I graduated. So I graduated and I decided to take a gap year and not go to law school directly because I graduated very early. So that was the initial plan, was to just graduate, go to law school. But then my senior year is when I kind of started.
Did you graduate already?
Yeah, I graduated in 24.
Oh, congratulations. I thought you were still in college.
No, I graduated in 24, but I graduated at 19. So I'm like as old as, you know, all of the people that we know, but I'm supposed to be graduating in 26, but.
So right now, since you make your money mostly online through all your followers and everything, what is your purpose day to day? Like, what do you strive towards other than the social media part of your life?
That's a great question. I would say my everyday life is very focused on like me also having an active lifestyle, because that's something that like I feel is important, especially for what I do. You wouldn't
be able to do what you do if you don't work out.
I mean, I can, but I wouldn't be able to look the way I look if I didn't keep that up. So I would say I definitely strive on an everyday basis to be as active as possible. But I did struggle for a bit of finding, I guess, a purpose, because it's a blessing. It's a blessing that I have so much free time. It's a blessing that it's such a flexible schedule. It's such a great job to have. It really is. But you do genuinely have a lot of free time. And so especially at my age, all my friends are either in school or working. So for me, it's not like, oh, I'm just like hanging out with a bunch of people every day. No.
You have to find purpose.
I have to, yeah. So I actually ended up buying a puppy for responsibility. And that I just was like, you know what? This allows me more responsibility. I felt a purpose as well.
So you had a part of your life where you had this question, you asked yourself this question.
Yeah, what is my purpose? Yes. Yeah, I went through a good, like, just like 6 months of just like being so confused and lost and just like loving what I do. Cause it's like, I wouldn't change that, but it was a struggle because I was like, what am I doing?
Yes.
And what Yeah, so I definitely think that now, and honestly, like it's not like so, it's still something that like I think is just a process. But I would just say like trying to be more active and trying to keep as busy as possible is something that I like look forward to, giving myself responsibility and like things like that. And right now, I think that's like what I'm focused on.
No, I feel like in your 20s, this is the hardest part of anybody's life, because even if someone's in college, you're in college to find your purpose when you get out of college. I mean, I went to New York, I went to New York for modeling. And when I was there, other than modeling, I had to find stuff to do every single day. Even though I make money modeling, it's just still, I have to find my purpose. I feel like life's more about purpose than making money. Because
100%.
like you, people look at you and your channel and they're like, all right, this guy must be doing whatever he wants. He makes money online. But then there's a whole part of your life where you could be rotting in bed, being depressed. But instead of that, you still have the active lifestyle. You're trying to find purpose and things to do every single day. Right?
100%. Yeah, I think that was a fantastic way to word that. Yeah.
Yeah. And my other question is, when you worked at LA Fitness, when did you have that realization where you're like, I don't really need to have a job anymore? I mean, how long into you building your brand and having a social media did you quit your job? And what did your parents think about that?
I think I quit my job after like 2 months of making. I was there for like 8 months, but I quit 2 months and I think I'm making money from social media.
Okay.
Because I also didn't work many hours there. So it was like my social media, even though I didn't make that much money at the time, it was more than what I was making at LA Fitness. So I was like, I don't really need to work there anymore. And so I then took my last semester of senior year, and that's when I got a management team and my income started to increase. And so that's also when I took a collective decision and said, what am I going to do once I graduate? And I did make the decision because I've always had the path to go to law school, but I made the decision to take a gap year because I was also graduating at the age of 19. So for me, it was like, I didn't want to go to law school if I couldn't even, check into a hotel legally. Like, it just like wasn't something I wanted to do. So I was like, you know what? It'll always be there if anything. So I felt like in the moment I had a different path in life, I guess you could say. So I was like, you know what, let me try this out. If this doesn't work, I have a bachelor's degree to fall back on. So I told my parents and I was like, hey, I'm going to decide to, take a gap year. I'm going to travel. I'm going to pursue the social media. And, my parents, they're very supportive. I mean, they also had like the questions of like, are you sure? Like, this is definitely a risk, things like that. But they were very supportive at the end of the day. It was kind of just like, whatever you want to do.
Okay, I see that. And when you've been posting and doing all this stuff, I bet you've gotten like a lot of opportunities. You've had a lot of people reach out to you. So what's like the biggest opportunity you've gotten from all this?
My three favorite things, because I just don't think there is one for me, but I do have a top three, and that would be my first brand trip that I was invited to. It was St. Martin, and it was the island that was inviting me out along with like a group of other foodies. So I think that was such a cool thing to like, it wasn't a brand, it was the government of the island. So I thought that was really cool. And then I was on my first ever commercial with Chipotle.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, you get paid a lot for that, I bet, right?
A good amount, yeah.
That's how commercials are. The modeling life's good.
The thing was, I wasn't like physically there. It was a video of
they added you part of it?
Put it, yeah, they
cool.
put it on there. So, that and I got to go to Burger King headquarters in Miami and do this whole film production thing with them. And it had like, there was like a whole production team, cameras, makeup artists, and it was just like a really cool thing that I did. Yeah. So those would say were my top three of genuinely things to remember from this.
That's really cool. And I kind of want to touch on your lifestyle, because you said you do a lot of activity, and I think this is like the first question I asked you when I first saw you is how are you not fat? I mean, what's your day-to-day look like?
I would say
how many videos do you film a week, and like just give me your day-to-day.
So I would say my day-to-day is that I wake up and I tend to try and film for like Monday through Friday. That's it. Like, and then weekends off, Monday through Friday. You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less. But I do try to film. So that takes up like a couple hours of my day, but I do only film like once a day usually.
You film every day?
Yeah, kind of. Not every day, but I would say like 4 to 5 times a week. Okay. I try, yeah. And so, but that filming is going to be like just one specific meal. And so I don't do it every day, but I probably do 3 to 4 times a week of like.
Is that usually your only meal of the day?
Sometimes, but sometimes no. I do generally all my other meals, if I'm not filming, I try to be as healthy as possible. Of course. I mean, things happen on the weekends for me, but like during the week, I stay consistent with a healthy diet when I'm not filming. And so activity wise, I do just try to play. I mean, it's really not every week, but most weeks I would say try to play pickleball with some friends. Every week I do 2 to 3 like hot Pilates classes. I try to do, but consistently I lift weights Monday through Friday, and I do cardio Monday through Sunday. Okay. So that is very consistent into every week. And then the extracurriculars of the hot Pilates, pickleball, things like that are every now and then during different weeks. Okay, I see that. And that's what the viewers don't see. Like they probably just think you have a fast metabolism, which you might have one, but you still earn the body you have right now as well. Yeah, no, and I actually like do not have a good metabolism. No? I mean, I have a good metabolism maybe compared to others, but compared to also others, I don't have a good metabolism because genuinely, if I take a week off and I do a week of filming, a week off, I'm probably going to gain 10 pounds. Of course. Like, and so like, it's just... Have you done that before? When I travel, I travel, it's hard for me to like work out. So I'll be like traveling, I'll be making videos, I'll be eating, drinking, all those things. And yeah, it's, you gain weight real quick. I'm down to play pickleball with you though. I love pickleball. I'm not bad. I'm not bad either. So yeah, we can definitely, I mean, the Replay Club in Boynton, it's a pickleball paddleball center, and Molly actually works there. But that's sick. Yeah, it's a sick place. Yeah. We could definitely play there. All right, that'd be fun. My next question is kind of going past the food and all your social media stuff. What's the plan when you get older? I mean, I don't think that you'll always be able to stay in shape and do these food reviews. Have you ever thought of the next step on if you want to bring it away from mukbangs and transform to something more what Jack's Dining does, like reviewing places, traveling the world? I feel like that'd be a great next step. Yeah, so I've actually been thinking about that a lot recently. And it's something that I am just like very just up in the air, confused about. But I do think that something that I've told myself is that once I reach, because I'm 21 now, so for me, like once I reach the age of 25, eating in front of a camera is not something that like I vision myself doing after that. And also just for health reasons. I mean, you don't like, as you get older, it's harder to, work out. It's harder to stay active. It's just like your body's different, things like that. So for health reasons as well, because I don't eat really good nowadays. I feel like it's less about you to stop eating and filming yourself eating. I think it's one of my other questions was what I want to get to after you talk about this was why you only record fast food places. Like why not travel and go to more higher end places and film like that? So we'll touch on that after you answer what the next step is. So yeah, I don't really know. I'm honestly so up in the air right now. I do think that something for me is like after the age of 25, I don't really see myself I'd see myself staying in social media and like you said, the what's his name? Jack's Dining. I would do what he does. I love traveling. I would definitely 100% do that. It's something that I need to figure out at what point do I want to start maybe adventuring out with a different niche.
Because you have the influence now. You built the following, you built your brand, and you can take your brand and go to a restaurant and just blow it up right now.
100%. Yeah. So it's something that I need to figure out with myself when I want to adventure out into trying different things within my social media. Because also I do see myself doing social media for the rest of my life, honestly. But maybe a different niche or just a combination of everything. Like just not strictly mukbanging my whole entire life, but a combination of everything would be very ideal for me.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't really know what my future looks like, honestly. And it's something that I have been trying to figure out, but I don't think I'm going to figure it out.
Well, if you need help, I'm always here to talk about it. Yeah. But why do you do only fast food places? I know before you said that because it was cheap and it was easy, but now you're gaining money, you have more followers. Why do you stick with the Chipotles, the Burger Kings, the McDonald's restaurants?
There's a lot of different reasons, but I would say the main reason, and I will go into the other reasons, but I would say one of the main reasons is because for me personally, I know a lot of other pages causes different traction for different videos, but for me, all of my fast food videos do really well. Okay. I have gone to multiple high-end restaurants.
People just don't know them?
It's not that, I don't know if it's that they don't know them or that they care for them. I think that maybe, I feel like generally in a general population, people can afford, a majority can afford fast food. So I think
kind of more relatable.
A relatable thing of like, okay, this new menu item came out. I can go and try that. You go to meat market, not everyone can afford that. So it's kind of like, yeah, it looks good, but maybe people aren't as interested because it's not as relatable. Yes. So, and I can't speak on anyone else or any other influencers, because I do think that there are other influencers that do high-end restaurants. Their videos do very well. But for my page specifically, I do think that the fast food joints do very well with my audience.
Okay. And then what do you think the difference between a mukbanger and a food reviewer is? Because I know you, in your beginning videos, you were probably just mukbang. You weren't speaking, you're probably just eating. And now I see that you're kind of saying what the food is. You're making like kind of ASMR noises if you like it. I mean, what's the difference between those two things?
I honestly think there's a huge difference. I think that mukbanging, is, again, where you're in front of a camera with, you're in front of a camera with a large sum of food, and you are eating in front of the camera, whether you're not saying anything or whether you are talking, you are just kind of eating in front of the camera. Where I think food reviewing for me and the way I look at it is that you have certain items and you are speaking like a majority of the time. Yes, you eat it, but you are talking about what it tastes like, the color of it, how it is, how it's cooked, things like that, where the business was originated from, things like that. I would describe as a food reviewer, where they're more focused on the talking than the eating. And I would think that I personally think that mukbang is more focused on the eating than the talking.
Okay, because I feel like both of them are very successful.
Yes.
I mean, like Jack Steiner has blown up. Mike is Eating is on the come up. He does a lot of stuff in South Florida. You probably connected with him.
I have met him a couple times.
Yes. Yeah. So do you feel like your success in this social media is more because of the mukbanging, or is it because of you personally? Like, do you think if I picked up a phone and started copying your videos, eating how you eat, do you think people would like me just as much as they like you?
I do. I think so. I think that I was actually just talking about this the other day, but I think that it is not necessarily about something that I've done personally, because I do think the food industry is also very broad. I think that there's so many people that do food reviews, so many people that do mukbangs. I am not an original. I'm not the only one by any means. I think anyone can do it if they just picked up a phone. And I think it's more about just like luck and consistency. I think if you stay consistent with it, then I think that anyone can get there, just like anything. If you stay consistent with anything, you will be able to eventually get there. But I think consistency is something that's hard for people. And I think that there is a little bit of luck in there with it's like some people blow up so much faster than others. And I just think that's genuinely luck. I don't really know if it has anything to do with the person specifically, but also I don't know. I mean, there could be different reasons why people watch me, because I do know, like, I read my comments and some of them are like, you don't eat as sloppy as others, or you eat sloppier than others. So it's like maybe different things are why they watch you, but I don't know any specifics.
Did you do any food review today?
I did. I did McDonald's. They came out with this not a new meal, but it's a new collab with like that K-pop.
Okay.
Netflix series.
You know, I've only had McDonald's like twice in my whole life. Isn't that crazy?
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is enemy territory.
Yeah. No, I try to eat really healthy, but
even as a child?
I never had McDonald's as a child, really. My parents were very healthy, like all organic, all that shit.
Oh.
But I was just super picky eater. I only ate pasta, French fries, pizza. That was it. Yeah.
Did you eat any other fast foods?
I had Wendy's a few times. Okay. I used to get the Baconator from Wendy's. That was really good. I loved it. But every time I left Wendy's, I always had a headache.
So like Chick-fil-A?
I had Chick-fil-A every now and then. I used to get that at the mall a lot. Never had Taco Bell, not once. What? Yeah, and I've gotten so close to having it with my friends. I went there, but I've never had it.
Oh my.
Yeah. We'll do a food review. Yeah, we have to.
I feel like specifically Taco Bell now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
You can't go in your life and not have Taco Bell.
I know.
At least once.
Yeah, I gotta have it. So did you have a top 3 favorite restaurants that you like to do your reviews from?
Restaurants
and then fast food places.
I would say restaurants. I don't know if you would consider it, but VC's Kitchen,
okay.
Great.
So good.
Great.
Yeah.
Great food. Tap 42 is a local one in Boca. Really, really enjoy that. I've done a video for them.
They have a good steak sandwich.
Yes, they do. They have really good. Have you tried their Philly cheesesteak egg rolls?
I have not. They're good.
Fire. Genuinely really good. Sushi Yan. It's like it's a sushi place.
Yama or Sushi Yan?
Sushi Yan. It's like this hole in the wall place in Boca in some.
They're gonna put everybody on.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. If you followed me for a while, they know I've been doing this since. You've been doing specifically Sushi Yan for a while, but they, I think, have like the best like crab rangoons and sushi in my opinion. But it's like just this hole in the wall place. But that one's a really good. And then fast food. 100% Chick-fil-A. That's like my favorite fast food.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah. That's
not like Cane's. I like Cane's.
It's good.
Cane's is good. Yeah.
I just like something about Chick-fil-A. Like nothing will ever beat it for me.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
And then I would say Chipotle and McDonald's probably.
You're a big McDonald's fan?
Huge McDonald's. Yeah, I've been eating McDonald's my whole life. Wow. Yeah. Ever since I was a kid. Yeah.
I kind of want to do some reviews with you. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Because you know I'm a huge eater. It's crazy.
Yeah. You don't eat fast food.
I don't try to because like I look at it.
Listen, it's great that you don't do that.
I look at it like when I cheat, I want to have something like, you know, Bella Amici? That's a pizza place. They have all you can eat pizzas Thursdays. We should do that. Yeah. It's $20 for all you can eat. It's on Federal. It's kind of Federal and Yamato area. Okay. It's pretty close to you actually.
Towards Zelda?
It's really good pizza. And it's all you can eat for $20. So,
$20?
$20. Yeah, I killed probably 13 slices.
Oh shit.
Yeah. When I win, I have like the record there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but I get that. Like when you have your cheat days, you want it to be like actually something good. Like,
No, I'll put down like more than 10,000 calories. It's really crazy, but
yeah,
I
but
try
you
not
run
to.
a lot, right?
I do. I run the date every day.
You run the what?
The date.
What is that?
At least the date. So today I'm gonna be running 3.31 miles.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
You going to run with me?
Not today.
Not today?
Not today.
All
But
right.
get me on it. I've already done my duties for the day of my workouts, but I would love to this week. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I actually started getting into running. I used to hate it a lot. And then I don't know if you know Tristan Trivers.
I saw that video with you too.
I started to get into running with him. We would go running quite a bit. And I started to find it more enjoyable. Then I started doing it on my own. I mean, I still can't really run that much without, but I did do 5 miles without stopping.
That's good.
Like a month ago. So.
That's really
Yeah, that was a proud moment for me because usually I'm like 10 minutes done. Like
my advice is run slower to run farther. I mean, you have to keep your heart rate low and you could run for a longer amount of time. That's what I do. And then as you keep running and as you keep running farther and farther, you start running faster while your heart rate stays the same. So you just stay in zone 2 and you're in the fat burning state. And then that's really the trick. Like I started this year running like 10-minute miles. Now I'm running 7:30. I'm running a lot faster. So it's tough, but it's definitely, it's worth it. You could eat a lot more food.
Yeah.
You probably fit 2 reviews in your day.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'd say my last question before we finish up is, I always ask all my guests this, is let's say you have someone who wants to get into social media, like an upcoming influencer like me. You got Ben Chase Motivation in there. What's your biggest piece of advice for us? I know everybody always says consistency, keep posting, but like other than that basic stuff, what's getting deep down into the social media mindset? What's your biggest piece of advice to succeed?
So I do genuinely think consistency, that is a huge, I know everybody says it, but genuinely consistency is, everything. I think that you can't care about what people think. And I honestly think that if you're this far now, you don't care about the outside perspective, and that's good. I think that's a huge thing that a lot of people can't overcome, is not caring about what others think to that extent that it doesn't allow them to keep going with this. I think as well, honestly, doing things that I guess may be considered controversial, or just kind of taking that leap of uncomfortability. Maybe it's you talking about something that, can be considered controversial, or something that many people don't talk about, and posting them on every single platform that you can think of, and just making sure, because honestly, the number one thing that I wish I did was, all I did was post on TikTok, and I wish that when I started, I posted on every other platform as well.
So are you now posting old videos on Instagram to make up for it?
I did that a while ago, but yeah, when I started Instagram, I was like for a whole 2 weeks just posting all old videos and, to catch up with it. But I think that's a huge thing. And I honestly think not so much trying to be different from others that are in your niche, but kind of taking pointers and touching subjects that people are a little scared to touch. And I really do think that also makes you different, but in a way that people are now intrigued to watch you, listen to you, whatever the case is. And I do think that a huge thing is, what I've learned is that if there is a specific video that goes viral or gets a good amount of views, whatever you did in the video, whatever you talked about, whatever it was, repeat it until it's dead, and then go into whatever, find something new. And it's like kind of repeat a little bit of the same type of thing until the views die down, and then kind of go into something different. And that's also how you gain a lot of traction, because it's like something a majority liked what you were talking about there or doing, whatever, then you do it again, people are like, it's going to get more and more. So that's what I've learned too on how to kind of like keep going and to get there eventually.
So you find a video that does well and you try to copy it until it dies down, but kind of put your own flair on each one?
Kinda, yeah. So like, let's say I do a Chipotle video. It does really good. Actually, I'll use a real example. My Taco Bell videos in last month, I got like 9 million views.
Yeah.
And on my Instagram Reels. So what I did was that week, instead of doing other different fast foods, I kind of just stuck with Taco Bell.
Do people comment ones that they want to see you eat as well?
They do, but like honestly, I just do what I want.
Yeah.
Like I'll take. There are some people that I'm like, okay, that was a great suggestion. Like I'll go and do that. But no, majority, I would say like 70%. I just do what I'm doing for the day.
And do you finish all the food after?
No, that's one thing I've always said. I don't finish the food. I actually, like, it's funny because it's like a running joke with all my friends, but like I'll call them like, hey, come get whatever you want. And like people will get the leftovers. I don't finish all my food, and I've never claimed to because I just like, that's like ridiculous.
How do you have that willpower where you see all the food on the table and you don't want to just kill it all?
Because I just like, I ate so much that I'm like, I look at it and I'm like,
oh really?
This, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll get to, at first, I will say at first, I think that the first 6 months I ate everything. Like I would clear it all. And then
it started getting old.
And one thing is like, also to me now, like I do love going out to eat and, you know, things like filming and things like that. But I appreciate a home cooked meal so much more nowadays. Like I used to all the time. I used to just be like, I just want to go out to dinner. Like I just want to go get food, like whatever. And now it's just like you do something so much. It gets like,
that's kind of like, it's kind of like me. Like I live by the beach and everybody's like, if I lived there, I'd go there every single day. But at the same time, if you live there almost your whole life, it would get old. It's kind of like your food channel. If it was getting all this money and I had all this free time, I'd be eating out every meal, but it gets old to a point. I mean, do you still enjoy your videos you make?
Yeah, I really do love what I do. I love making the videos. I enjoy it. I just do think that it isn't something that I'm gonna stick with the rest of my life. But as of right now, I do really enjoy it. I mean, the best part was I did it for fun. It wasn't something that I was like looking to do specifically to make money. I didn't really care about the money at the time. Like I didn't even know you could make money from social media. Like that just wasn't a thing. I did it for fun. And yeah, fun, you know, down the road turns into more of a job. So it's like, it was just strictly fun for me at first. Even when it was like I was making money, like it was so fun. But like now I do view it as a job, but it's a job that I do enjoy. Yes. So it's like some days you wake up and you're like, I just don't want to work today. Some days I wake up, I don't want to film. Yeah. Like, I just don't want to do it. And that's okay.
I feel like that's what sets you apart from the other influencers. Like even if you don't want to do it, you still do it because you know people are there.
100%. I mean, people are relying on you in the sense that like you have that influence. You also, people do enjoy watching whoever it is. So it's like you have not the obligation, but you do have a little bit of an obligation, just like you have an obligation to show up to work if you're working for a company. You have the obligation in a sense to show up for your fans, show up for your audience, show up for the people that got you where they got you, because you wouldn't be anywhere. I wouldn't be anywhere here without everyone and my following.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you coming on. And I'd say my biggest take is that there's a lot of stuff that kind of goes behind the scenes of what you do. I mean, you work out like crazy. You film 4 to 5 times a week. I thought you filmed like once or twice, which is pretty crazy. And you make money from it. And the hardest thing that you have is kind of finding purpose outside of this, because I feel like that's your next step after hearing everything, is finding what you're going to do next, is finding your next big thing, because you have all this influence, you have all this following, and you can do something very powerful with it. So I just want to leave it at that. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Yeah,
I had a great time.